if you saw The Northman and you enjoyed it, I am happy for you. I really wish I could be in the same boat as you. A trailer this fucking badass. The marketing for this has been so good. It hasn't been all over the place. The first act of this movie is good. There's good action scenes. And then it's like X. It just fucking plummets like a motherfucker. I am not using this for clickbait. I walked out of the movie theater. I couldn't take it anymore. We start off, the Viking. Very simple story. Very, very good beginning. Very, very good beginning. His father dies. He has to avenge his father's death. You are 100% engaged as to what's going on. The second act comes and nothing happens. Nothing. There's no build-up. There's no tension. You can barely even understand what the fuck the characters are even saying because they're Irish and British, but the accents are terrible. The acting is terrible. Robert Eggers, whatever his name is, I really like The Lighthouse. I really like The Witch. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking here. There is so much mumbo jumbo. It all got cluttered in my brain, and I just snapped and I left. So I was sitting there, I was like, okay, I'm going to give this movie, I don't ever go on my phone, but I was on my phone checking the time constantly. I kept lying to myself, telling myself that I liked the movie, even though I fucking hated it. I got halfway through the movie, I told myself, I never walked out of a movie, I don't want to. I want this third act to be good, and maybe it would be the saving grace of the movie. The whole second act is just mumbo jumbo out of fucking A24's asshole. And it just doesn't stop. It is literally Bible script. Like, you literally just think they're reading Bible scriptures as a whole fucking movie. I get the Vikings had their own language and their own mythology. But do you have to make it so goddamn fucking boring to the point where I don't understand what's going on anymore? And it's more than him avenging his father's death. There's more to it. And I wanted to get into it and invested and interested. But I can't when I don't know what the fuck they're saying. So it's very frustrating. Sorry for getting mad. I'm actually very upset. I wasted my money. And yeah, before the third act even hit, I walked out. There was like another hour. I was like, I'm not sitting through another hour of this. The killing was very misleading. They almost cut from every single kill. There's a couple kills that are good. But it got to the point where you can have a third act. I won't like the first two acts. Or the second act. I like the first act. The third act can make up for it. You know, like Ambulance. The middle of that movie dragged like a motherfucker, but the ending made up for it. But I won't know because I left. Because I couldn't stick it out for that third act. It got to a point where there's so much mumbo jumbo cluttered into my fucking head from this movie. I didn't care if the third act was all gory. I just wanted to come home and smoke some fucking weed because my head hurt. Oh my god. I even asked a buddy at the concession stand after. I was like, is there any way I can get a refund? And like, it's not their fault. I'm not blaming them. They didn't make the fucking movie. But I was like, is there any way I can get a refund? But he's like, no, like, sorry. It's only $13. You know, it could have gone towards something else. I'm not fucking broke, but like, could have waited for a streaming service and then boom, easy clicked off. But no, I wasted my time going to see this. I really like Robert Eggers. I like A24, but lately their head's been up their own ass lately. Their movies have just been full of nothing. Nothing happens. I don't know. Men, I was very excited for, which is the next movie. It looks more horror-esque. But dude, what the fuck is going on? You want to have all these dialogue scenes of people talking. I'm all for it. Like, all I watch is Quentin Tarantino movies. I've watched Reservoir Dog 30 fucking times. Okay, it's a bit over exaggeration, but I'm used to people just standing in a room and talking to each other. But none of this shit is engaging. They're just talking about Odin, their Lord and Savior, all this shit that happens off screen, and you're just... It's just so boring. To the point where I walked out. And I out of all the times I've been in the movies in my life, over millions of times I've been bored, I've never walked out. In this case, good action, terrible fucking acting. It felt like a talent show. Nicole Kidman felt like she just phoned it in. Just very disappointed because I just wanted to go. I told myself, Yeah, you might not like the story because you're not into this mythology. You don't like the Vikings a lot. But if there's good kills and just good character moments and some decent tension, like some tension, there's none. There's fucking no tension whatsoever. The only very cool part I liked in this movie, where there's kind of like a football scene, and then there's where they're forcing the slaves to play, and they're betting on them, and then there's another scene where he has to get the sword, and he has to fight a fucking like a statue monster, like you've seen Shadow of the Colossus. Those two scenes were fucking amazing. That was the movie I wanted to see. And every time, the pacing was terrible, by the way. Every time there would be this badass scene of him killing someone, the next scene is just a drag of someone reading Bible scriptures. There's no intensity, there's no flow. This movie is just nothing. I didn't even want to feel anything. I just wanted to be entertained. Like Ambulance. I don't care. I know there's not going to be emotion in Michael Bay's movies. I just want to be entertained. I just wanted good action. And they kind of delivered on that. And literally, it was the only good part of the movie when there was action. And even that, there was a couple of moments where I'm like, whoo! But like, other than that, nothing, man. Nothing. I don't want to push this video to the 7-minute mark, but if you want to go watch The Northman, don't listen to me. Go watch it, make up your own opinion, and tell me in the comments below if you liked it or not. Very, very disappointing. Even though I didn't have my expectations so high, I did not want to walk out and be upset. Ruin my night, basically. Thanks.